Hey everyone, welcome back. Remember for those that like the Marvel movies, remember, I think it was the Age of Ultron when Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch were first revealed. And Quicksilver ran by Hawkeye and kind of slapped him down. And he said, I bet you didn't see that coming. Well, that's how I feel about this toy. And I'll explain why in a second after you've taken a second to subscribe. And now that you've done that, I bet you didn't see a butter and egg man coming, because I sure as heck didn't. But anyway, this is the 1920s rare butter and egg man by Marx. And it's in phenomenal condition. Back in May, I had purchased a decent amount, I don't know, half a dozen or so, maybe a little more, of 1920s toys, all boxed. And this one is supposed to have the Derby. We just can't find it yet. So the auction house is looking for it. So I said, screw it. Let me, as I unpack them, I mean, again, from May to now, this is how long it's taking me to unpack this. And then I repack them, so it's a pain, and sometimes I don't even want to do it. But to bring you this cool stuff, I said, screw it, let me do it. Let me at least get some of these 20s ones. So I'll have a handful of these that I will film. But anyway, this is, like I said, the rare Butter and Egg Man. And I noticed there was a novel that was called The Butter and Egg Man. It was a comedy. So I don't know if this is connected to that novel at all. Maybe some of you might know, and you can tell me. Anyway, we know that he's a salesman, and this is kind of nice to have some graphics. It's two-color maybe, black and red. The tan could be from fading. I'm wondering if nearly 100 years ago, if this box would have been bright white. Could have been. And we know that he walks, and he's the Butter and Egg Man. And if you like chicken eggs, you're SOL. And by that I mean blank out of luck, because he is walking with a duck of some kind, or a goose. So no chicken eggs for you, my friend. And I don't know if this is the price, $2.23. Could this have been $2.23 back in the day? That seems awful expensive. If that was $2.23 back in the 20s, then, man, you were a rich kid that had the Butter and Egg Man. But he is a very cool toy. And look at that. He's got eggs in one hand and a ginormous stick of butter. And this one, like I said, is in pristine condition. Look at that, shiny. I wish I could have found the hat, but I'm sure I will at some point. Look at that litho. It looks unused. By the way, both the butter satchel or briefcase and the goose have these wheels, so they roll. Now, as you could expect, this is not going to be a great walker, not because he doesn't have power, just because they don't get a lot of traction. It's more or less a shuffler. He'll shuffle along. And let's finish on the rest of this. Give you some close-ups here. You got the dairy cows, the barn, the tree. He's got a nice suit on, huh? I think he's pretty dapper for a Butter and Egg Man. They must have paid the Butter and Egg Man quite a bit. No wonder he's smiling. He's like, I'm making a killing off these eggs and butter. And here's your golden goose. The eggs are laid to order. Can you imagine? You can just order your duck eggs or goose eggs. And look, he's even got a sign, the Butter and Egg Man. So enough of my rambling nonsense. Let's see what he'll do when I wind him up. He actually turns, which is kind of interesting. So there you have it. He doesn't have a lot of traction. If I pick him up, you're going to see. So I had a lot of wind-up left in him. But, with these, I don't know if it's... The wheels are hard. I don't know if they were, softer and more pliable to get better grip back in the day. Who the heck knows? They're a little hard now. But anyway, I think he performed admirably for a centenarian or a nonenarian, I guess in his 90s. And anyway, my friends, that was your Butter and Egg Man by Marx. I assume 20s, could be early 30s. And I hope you liked them. If I ever find the original Derby, I will maybe post a pic. But in the meantime, thanks as always for your time. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, leave a comment or remark. And with that, I will talk to you all later.